vast possibilities of our great future will become realities only if we make ourselves responsible for that future. We reflect for a few quiet moments about this important moment, really in Montana history. Today we're going to celebrate public lands. We're going to celebrate access to those public lands.
There are places that deserve to be free, places that deserve to be used and enjoyed. And that's where I am this morning, a place that not long ago wasn't free. It was trapped.
As you can see, woke up to about 8 to 10 inches of snow. Hiked in the mile easement up to the National Forest border, and now we are kind of cutting down the main valley.
My name is Sam Soholt, and I'm currently hunting elk in the Helena, Lewis and Clark National Forest, just like any of you could be. But what if you couldn't? What if you couldn't get here? What if there was no access? This is the story that made it possible for me to be here today. It was only 2 months earlier at the Falls Creek Trailhead where preparations were taking place to celebrate a great day for Montana.
There's not too many places like this in the world, let alone what we have, across Montana. But this is one of those special places.
Come on in close, and we're going to start this ceremony off with a bang here.
It doesn't get any better than this in terms of the ideal project.
Anytime something like this happens, there's a lot of moving pieces on the chessboard.
So let me get you up to speed. This is the Helena, Lewis and Clark National Forest. It's 1.8 million acres of the most amazing lands this country has to offer. Now, if you head over to the easternmost corner, you'll find Falls Creek. Falls Creek runs out of the National Forest into the Dearborn River, passing through a small area of private land. Located on that private land is the Falls Creek Waterfall.
It never gets old looking at it. It's beautiful every day.
The falls for us is very special. We were married at the falls.
In years past, a nearby landowner provided access to more than 26,000 acres of this national forest, including Falls Creek and the Falls Creek Waterfall. That came to an end over a decade ago when the landowner made the difficult decision to close the access, essentially ending what many people enjoyed for years.
There's a tremendous amount of history here, both bad and good, about access in this area.
The situation escalated in 2013, where a different nearby landowner was involved in a shooting that resulted in death over access to the National Forest. So the question was, could anything be done to fix this access issue? The answer lied in this 442-acre parcel that holds access to the National Forest, Falls Creek and the Falls Creek Waterfall.
I grew up on this piece of land. Been in my family ever since it turned from the government to private property.
The fall of 2016, I just called him up on the phone and I just wanted to have a good conversation about this project.
I did not want, no way did I want to see this subdivided.
He said, look, I'll take it all into consideration, but I'm not interested in doing any kind of a short-term access project. If you want to do long-term and you want to end up with the property, I would consider that, but not now. If you just give me your personal information, I'll get a hold of you when I'm ready.
I had 3 ways of going. I could sell it outright, I could subdivide it, or I could go with them and sell it and they could turn it over to Forest Service. And that was the best way to go.
And in the spring, he called back and said, okay, now I'm ready. And the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, Mueller and his team was able to come in and sit down and basically guarantee things to Dan that we as government officials couldn't guarantee. We were unsure, and our timelines were unsure, but he wasn't. And that really solidified the process.
Ideal habitat for several elk herds in the spring, summer, and fall. Additionally, the Falls Creek property will provide the public expanded access to exceptional recreation.
Access is the #1 issue that our recreating public faces. It's the thing that they think about the most. This area was near and dear to a lot of people's hearts. Those people remember what's back here.
It gives the people something they need here. Bittersweet thing to sell it. I'm turning over a great piece of property that's going to go into Forest Service. It's never going to be subdivided.
442 acres is the land we dealt with, but it provided access to 26 to 27 to 30,000 acres of land that was previously very, very difficult to get into.
This is going to bring some healing to this canyon if you know some of the history.
There we go, partnership in action. The Rocky Mountain Front Access Falls Creek Project, Lewis and Clark County, Montana.
So there you have it. That's the story of how I ended up here on a late October elk hunt along Falls Creek. On a side note, this project cost was $2.46 million with the delivery date no later than January 1st, 2021, about 3 years. What's amazing to me is the RMEF and other key partners were able to finalize this project in under 10 months, so people like me and you can use it.
A whole pile of public ground that was previously unreachable.
And, in case you were wondering, I didn't get my elk, which is okay. It was completely worth it to witness a little piece of Montana history.